Hello, employees. Hello, how are you? This is blurry because I'm using a interesting software, but when I make it smaller, it's not going to make much of a difference. And there is a delay when I speak. I just noticed. Well, I was trying to use not use the microphone because there is a delay, but it's okay. Anyway, this presentation is for all the new project managers and anyone else who wants to watch it. I want people to get to know me better and also to understand the company better and how it works. Um, I founded the company. My name is Sean Patrick Hopwood, and right now I'm 39 years old. I have a degree in international politics and business, and with a minor in Spanish and a specialization in Arabic. But I'm not really fluent in Arabic, but I'm pretty good at it. I'm okay. And I speak French pretty good. I speak Spanish fluently. I speak English fluently. And I speak a little bit of German, a little bit of Hebrew. And I grew up with a lot of Laotian people. So I speak a little bit of Laotian, but I've forgotten a lot of it. Um, I worked at this. I worked as an interpreter. I worked interpreting and translating for immigrants, helping them get into college. Whenever I was in college, I I worked. I probably had over 40 or 50 jobs. I don't know. I've had a lot of jobs from when I was really little to working at Wendy's. I worked at Publix, which is a grocery store. I worked. My first job was when I was 8. I worked cleaning the leaves at off the grates in a car wash, and I also worked at sweeping the floor at a country fried chicken place. And I grew up in Florida. I've always been passionate about languages. Um, I also got a master's degree in business administration and entrepreneurship and economics. Well, I had like a specialization in economics. I didn't get a degree in economics, um, but I would love to get a doctorate in economics sometime soon. Well, not I don't know when. Sometime I would like to get a doctorate. I love what I do. I love languages, and I founded Day Translations. Um, I'm really passionate about what we do. Every day I get up and I love to work. I love to I love to interact with people every day, and I also like music. I like dancing, and I like soccer. But my favorite thing is this company. I love what we do. I know there's a delay in this phone. I mean, in this screen, but it's okay. I know you can hear me. It's just there's a delay. There's a delay. It's fine because you just have to get the message across. Um, if I were using the regular recorder, this wouldn't happen. I could probably just have done that first and then edited it, but I'm using the recorder to record my screen, so it's fine. Um, I founded this company in 2007 with I had left my job and I was trying to find ways to make money, so I started translating myself. I translated Spanish, but I had to sit down and I had to, type a lot and sit down all day working. So I decided to start outsourcing translations to translators. I did that, and it went really well. The first translator was Lucila Galeto, and she's still working with us. But that went very well, and we started getting these bigger projects, which is really nice. And um, and so I just had to start outsourcing more and more. And the more we grew, personally as myself, I had to learn um, to increase my levels, to change and adapt and evolve the way that I manage things. At first, I had to learn how to manage translators. Then I had to learn how to do interpretation. And we just started off doing Spanish. The website was yourspanishtranslation.com. And then we decided to do all languages with daytranslations.com in 2008. And that was very hard. It was really easy just doing one language, but I wanted to grow. And I have this unending and passionate desire to grow and continue to grow this company. Um, I never want to stop. I want to grow what we do. I'm passionate about not just languages, but helping other people grow personally and creating something that is beautiful, creating a beautiful company that can actually work synergistically where everyone gets along, everyone feels important, everyone feels respected, everyone feels safe and protected, and everyone feels a sense of belonging. And like every single day, they're learning something new. That gives me so much satisfaction. That gives me more satisfaction than languages. Languages was my passion, and it still is, but the biggest passion I have is creating something where just creating a company where it can be the best company, where the clients are happy, the employees are happy, and everything like that. And I try hard, and I know that maybe it's not perfect, but we're working hard, trying to make it as good as possible and working towards perfection. Um, and I've just had to step it up every time. I had to, start learning about accounting, search engine optimization, marketing, um, learning a lot of stuff about software that I didn't know about, learning WordPress, Drupal, Joomla, learning a JavaScript, basic HTML, CSS, all these things. I mean, I don't know them really well, but I've learned about them. And now the developers have taken over. So I've learned to delegate things to the developers, trying to know as much as I can while not being a developer. It's really hard, but I'm trying. So I'm just trying to take you through my pathway to where to got me to where I am. And I hope you listen because it will really help you to listen, and it will also help the company, and it will help you grow. So, collar wasn't straight. And so, yeah, I just want us all to grow. And I'm doing this recording because I can't just speak to people individually, one on one. So, doing this. But you can still call me, and I will speak to you one on one. But I just want to do this so I don't have to keep repeating myself over and over again as we keep growing and hiring more people. And one thing about me, a lot of my friends say, is that I'm very efficient and I get stuff done. So it's good, but people ask me for a lot of favors because I always do them and I do them fast. And so someone asked me about, this is how I am. This is going to be interesting, and it'll give you an insight in how I am. Someone told me that their grass in their house was barren and there was a lot of dirt and patchy spots. And they didn't ask me for a favor, but I'm kind of like, I like to move and I like to progress and I like to see things better. And I didn't want to see this person's yard like this. So I researched and I studied about grass, and I bought some grass, I bought some soil, I watered their lawn, I put all these seeds all over their lawn, and I did this all in one day. And then 2 weeks later, seeds started to grow in their lawn. 3 weeks later, the seeds started to grow together and look good. Now it's been about 2 or 3 months, and she has a full lawn. And it's a beautiful green lawn, and it's beautiful. And so the point is, you can help people and you can make things beautiful if you're passionate about it and you want to do things the right way. And I do have a feeling, I have this sudden sense of urgency that we have to get things done. And sometimes when I'm supposed to be calm, I'm not calm, and I'm trying to learn that. For example, in soccer, every time I get the ball, I just run. I run and I try to score the goal. I don't just play, back and forth with the ball like Barcelona or something. I'm just a straightforward player. But I'm learning to be more relaxed and more like passing the ball, taking a touch and stuff like that. And and I think it's important to have that sense of urgency with clients, especially as a company that we make our money by revolving and overlapping the clients. So right now we're probably doing the 60 to 80 clients per day. I would be very happy if we could do 2 to 300 per day. But in order to do that, we're gonna have to use technology to supplement what we do. Um, but while we can, I would love to. We need to do that, and we need to try to get an 80%, well, not, I said 75% approval rate on all of our translations. Our returning clients should be 85%, maybe 90% approvals. They should be almost always approving. And the new clients, we should get them around 65% or 70. 65% is acceptable. And we're building a reward program where we're going to try to, help everyone and reward the team as a team for getting our approvals up that high, because it was that high before. And a lot of things that we did to make it that high were we get the quotes done quickly, and we included the contract with the client's logo on the contract, and detailed emails, expressing that we understand what they need. And I understand that our projects are increasing, and we're doing a lot, but we have to keep our percentage up at 65 75% for the new clients, and 85 95% for the returning clients. So, and I have a presentation here that I'm going to show. I'm going to try to go over it fast and see what we can do there. What else can I talk about before I start the presentation? Just be detailed. I have so much to say here, so let me see if I can put that down. Now I should be in a small little circle. And this is the Day Translations Project Manager presentation. This is an update on processes, tips, and tricks by Sean Patrick Hopwood, the president. That's me. Okay. Can I click this? Hopefully I can. Okay. The purpose of this presentation, you can read that here, but I want you to get familiarized with me and know that I'm trying to learn and I'm trying to grow. And I want you all to become, grow within the company, become leaders, and just help this company to grow and succeed. And for us to succeed, you have to understand how the whole company works together. I want to go over our method and philosophy. One of our really important philosophies is to be informative. You have to be progressive, forward thinking, all these things, but my number one thing is to be informative. That's our style in one word. So like I say, you can go to a store, like a department store, and you ask the employee there for some batteries. You say, where are the batteries? And I don't know if this happened to you, but the employee might say, I don't know where the batteries are. And you look at them like, okay, you don't know where the batteries are. Are you going to do something? And they don't help. So that's the kind of employee who is disengaged. They don't learn their trade. They don't learn their company, and we don't want that. Everyone we want here, we want you to know everything about translation. We want you to know the ins and outs of translation, interpreting, voiceover, subtitles, conference interpreting, all the types of equipment you need, localization, XLIF files, XLIFF, that's the kind of file you use for localization, translation by proxy, Trados, Phrase App, Memo Queue, and any other possible thing that you could know. We want you, we want you to be experts in the field. We're not just here for a job, we're here for a career. Let me go here. I think this is out of order, but it's fine. This is about spam and sales words. So when you're sending an email, make sure there's no you reduce the amount of spam and sales words because that can get you put into the junk folder, and we want to get taken out of the junk folder. Okay. Here are some examples of some spam and sales word. Don't use like percent off, free, 100% free, affordable, discount. All these words will get us put into the junk folder. And in order to make sure you're out of the junk folder, you have to always avoid this and always send the sent letter. That's in a slide later on. I guess these are a little bit out of order, but it's fine. Always send the sent letter. Put it posted on your computer or on your wall next to your computer, and remind yourself, always send the sent letter. And even if it's the CRM is automatically sending the sent letter, I would like you to please maybe sometimes adjust the sent letter a little bit, because we need to make sure that we're not going into spam, because if we're sending a bunch of emails and they're going into spam, no one's seeing them, so they have no chance to approve. We have to make sure that everyone sees all of our emails. This is what I'm going to go over. We have to increase our approval rating of our approvals and our revenue. Revenue is what gets the company running, so we have to have our mind on that money, revenue. We have to make that. Okay, put that there so you can see that. Okay. Okay, and I have this here, and JP is going to put a Venn diagram in there. So I left that red. I forgot to check that out, but I forgot to take it out, but it's fine. I'm going to make it like a Venn diagram, how everything works together. And when you get the PowerPoint, it's going to have that in there. Okay? Everyone has to understand all the departments and how they work together. Project managers, you guys are, where everything starts. The client brings in a project to us. And it's I'm sorry about yawning. It is your responsibility to get them to approve. And, because that's where all the money comes in. It's like we have to get them coming in. It's like a revolving door. Client comes in, we have to get them out. The client comes in, we have to get them out. Client comes in and out. So we have to get the project done as quickly as possible and get them to approve as quickly as possible so that the next one can come. It's called economies of scale. The more you get, the more money you make, and actually the more you can lower your price. Because if you can lower your price and increase the profit, there's a little diagram in economics that you learn. There's a certain point where it's perfect that you lower your price and you're increasing your profit, and there's a perfect point, and that's the point we're trying to arrive at, which I believe is around 14 to 16 cents per word. And okay, so understand how all these other departments work with project management. But this presentation is for the project managers, and so it's very important for you to understand that. But everyone else can watch it, but this is for the project managers. Make sure you understand we have to do marketing, we have to do accounting, we have to have the managers, we have to have the developers, all of that in order to have this company running the way it does and to keep it growing the way it is. And I want you to know what we do. We are a language company. We are day translations. We are branding ourselves as this large, expansive corporation that does a lot of things. We don't need to look at ourselves anymore as only a translation company. We're a language company and a full-service tech company and business processes outsourcing company, business process outsourcing, BPO, where we provide customer service, we provide multilingual support, we provide technology for translations, we provide customer chat for translations, so you can plug in a customer chat tool. We have a translation app that we want to get a lot of good reviews on in the App Store. We have an interpreting app called Day Interpreting, which you must know about. It is usable for iOS, Android, and also for computers. You can log in, or you can just use it basically by calling a phone and dialing in a code. Everyone should understand perfectly how day interpreting works, and everyone should understand how our app works. Everyone should have our app downloaded, and both of our apps should be downloaded, and you should be using them and understanding them. And you should be getting our clients, for example, if we have someone who wants to get some, who's going to Italy for a vacation, and you should offer them an interpreter and a guide for us. But you should also offer them maybe to download our day translations app for quick translations, and they can they can download our day interpreting app if they need a real live interpreter over the phone or in person. They can request someone. And we're incorporating video interpreting into day interpreting, so they're going to actually be able to see the person. So that let's say they're at a store, a marketplace in France, and they don't understand anything, and they're trying to buy all these desserts. They want to say chocolate, strawberry, caramel, all these things. If they use our app, they can use that. Or if they want to just get our interpreter on the app and help them out, they can do that. Or, I mean, this is just small things. If it's for bigger things, we can do conferences. We can have someone, who's working on an oil rig in the Gulf of Saudi Arabia, and they have an explosion. They need an interpreter right away who speaks Arabic and German. They can go on a day interpreting app and use our app, and they can get someone to fix this problem right away. So this app can be used for multiple things. And so here's 27 things that we do, and this is not even all of it. All of the services we can offer. Think about it. And when you think about this, understand that when a client asks for something, never say no. And we already have a golden rule, which is do the quote within 10, 15 minutes. So now this will be the emerald rule. Never say no to a client. Figure out a way to make it work. Just think of possible things they could request, like something that's not on the list here, like or like one-on-one teaching. We can do that. If someone needs to learn Mandarin, we can provide them with a tutor. This is a revolving door, and it shows you about the importance of speed and efficiency at work. We need to keep the clients coming in and out. We have to get the clients done and the quotes done in 10 to 15 minutes, and this is going to be good for the clients too, because the clients don't want to be sitting there on the phone all day or waiting for their quote all day. They want to get things done. I mean, this is a lot of American culture is about getting things done fast. It's not the greatest because a lot of people say Americans are very overworked, and that is very true. But I try to keep a balance here, but for the clients, we have to understand that urgency. When you speak to them, if you understand, you think, okay, they need their quote, and they have 100 pages, but they need it in 3 days. Don't quote them for 10 days because it's not what they need. We have to understand the sense of urgency for all the clients. And be quick, efficient, clear, be intuitive. Never just give cookie cutter answers. Never be like, yes, sir. I understand, sir. We will do that. We understand your document is 3,000 words, and according to the 3,000 words, we will get it done in 1 day. Don't speak like that to the client. Be like, oh, okay, I understand you have 3,000 words. What's it about? Oh, it's a medical document. Okay, yeah, we're great at medical. So just, build a rapport, be intuitive. Think about it, just use your skills, use your personal skills. Be human and detailed. When you quote the client, make sure you answer all their questions. Don't leave any questions unanswered. And also, don't avoid any confrontation. If the client is kind of like asking a lot of questions and feels kind of upset, be like, okay, answer all the questions. And be like, hey, why are you upset? Is this something I said? Is this something I can do to make it better? Don't avoid it. Just, be real. I really hope this is recording because I'm not using the mic, but I think it is. Okay. Send the quote within 15 minutes. Must be humanly done. Always write detailed sentences into the quote. Never leave the template as it is. Put some detailed sentences in there showing that you read the request or you listened to the request. And if you have them on the phone, type in all of the stuff they're saying in the notes when you're doing the when you have them on the phone. So you basically you go onto, let me go here and do it for you. You got a client calling. You have a client calling. Let's see, here's something here. I'm gonna just do a quick. Okay, you have a client calling here. So you're like, okay, let's just get this free quote thing up here. And be like, okay, well, sir, what language do you need? Okay, English to French. By the way, this is really cool how it comes up like that. Oh, there's a little comma after there. I don't know if that comma should be there, but anyone who's listening to this, please let the developers know that maybe that comma should not be there. And I'm going to try to remember, but I'm still going to be into this conversation. You're like, okay, when do you need it by? Be like, okay, you need it by the 22nd? Okay, upload the file. And if the file's not, but just fill out all the form. And as you're talking to the client, put the notes in here. This is really helpful because it lets us know everything they need. If someone else does a quote, it lets them know everything that was needed. And also, when the document is assigned, you don't have to write much more because you just send all the notes to the translator. All right. Let me just talk over some more stuff here. All right. Be human and detailed. Here's an example. Be specific. Okay, I need understand you need Colombian Spanish. We have extensive experience in all these types of translations. This one's good, and it could be even a little bit more detailed. And just show that you listened. People love to know that you listen to them. This world is full of a lot of really busy people, a lot of apathetic people, but not us. We are engaged. We care. We listen. And that's what we want. People are so relieved to talk to us because they hear us. They understand how passionate we are about this and how much we listen. It's great. That's why we should be growing more and more. Always answer the calls on the first ring, please. If you hear it ring a second time, pick it up because that means whoever's answering the calls is very busy, and we want to get these calls right away. And we want to get them like really quick. Like I say, the quicker you get them out, the more money you make. Speak clearly and smart. Make sure that your phone is clear. Make sure that you have no choppiness on your internet. And I want to make this really clear because this is really important for the company. If your phone is not clear, let us know right away because you cannot continue answering phones until you get it cleared. So if you have any doubt about the clarity of your phone, let us know. Okay? Because we're going to actually make sure that we fix it before you continue to answer calls. Exude confidence. If someone asks a question, say, yes, we do that, and we do it perfectly, and we're the best. Don't worry about it. Be confident. I mean, when you call someone, you want to make sure that they're confident. If you're getting a new sink installed in your home, do you want the sink guy to say, I think I can do it, but I'm not sure? Or do you want the other guy who says, yes, I've done this a million times. I can do this perfectly. I'm 100% confident that I can install your sink perfectly and you're never going to have any issues with your sink for the rest of your life. That's the person you want to work with. Not the person who's like, I don't know. No, we have to exude confidence. And I want you to really listen to this and practice it. See how it works tomorrow at work. Read all this slide. Okay, here's some samples from me. I did 3 sample phone calls on how to answer the phones. Make sure your phone is clear. I mean, that is like the beginning. Because if you're talking to someone, it doesn't matter how well you speak. They can't hear you. It's so frustrating. Imagine when you're driving your car and you're on the cell phone, and then you get near like the mountains or the airport or under a bridge, and there's no signal, and there's like, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like, it's so frustrating. You just want to go nuts. So imagine a client calling us and hearing that. They're not going to want to work with us. I mean, we want to speak to someone who feels at home when they speak to us. And there's that saying, um, if you speak to someone, I'm gonna try. If you speak to someone in your I'm just gonna make it up because I don't remember it. If you speak to someone in your language, you get to their brain. If you speak to someone in their language, you get to their heart. I probably said it wrong, but basically, if you speak to someone in their language, they feel understood. They're like, "This is mine. This is my culture. You understand me." So you have to speak someone clearly. You have to make someone feel welcome when they hear you. When they hear our voice, they should feel at home. They should feel like they're speaking to a professional who understands them and their culture. And as a side note, if someone calls and doesn't speak English, get an interpreter on the line. Be like, try to say something. Be like, one moment, un momento, or un moment, or lahda wahida. That's Arabic for 1 second, one moment. Um, and they're all of them. It was Spanish, French, and then Arabic, and they all mean one moment. What I just said, and you just have to communicate with people. So listen to these 3 recordings, please. And make sure that your phone is as clear as these recordings, even though the third one is low. I think. Let me hear. First one.
Hello, this is Sean from Day Translations. How may I help you?
Okay, that one's good.
Hello, Day Translations. This is Sean. How may I help
I don't
you?
know why that one's lower, but I turned the volume up.
Good morning.
And then this third one is the lowest, I think. You got to turn your volume up a lot.
Good afternoon. This is Day Translations. How may I help you? My name is Sean.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with that third one.
Good afternoon.
I was using the same microphone. Anyways, you can just turn the volume up. And these are really good. These are each about 15 minutes long, and 15, and about 10. And I want you to listen to understand how to speak to the clients. We have to sell. We have to win these clients. We have to convert into a larger business-to-business company. Not just making these small micro-transactions, which is good. We want those too. But we need to make the $1,000,000 translations. Okay, let's see what's next.
Hello, this is Sean from Day Translations. How may I help you?
Okay.
Okay, yes.
Gotta pause that. All right, here we go.
My name is Sean Hopwood.
Oh, they're all going. Okay, pause that one. Pause that one. They all got activated because I guess I pushed the slide and then. Okay. All right. Follow up with all quotes. This is very important because we have to get these confirmed. So look into the follow up folder and quote them. Or if the price needs to be lowered, lower the price. But our goal is to get our quotes to approval of 70 to 75%, which they used to be at. There might be some things that we've changed that have caused our approval rates to lower. So we have to get it at 70, 75%. And I would really like you to start using the contract on any quotes above $500 and see if that gets our quote percentage back up to 70%. Always quote them fast. That's another thing that's going to get it to 70%. Never miss any questions that the client asked. And we want to make sure that also our development system, our developers and our CRM system automatically sends them follow-ups. And if they haven't confirmed after 2 days, please send the project to sales@daytranslations.com and see if the sales team can get the client to approve. I think that is a good protocol, and I would like to please implement that. Thank you very much. And read all the slides. There was some more on the slide. Let's work to get 70 to 75% approvals. And read all this slide. Read all my tips and tricks. And maybe start doing the contract. We can speak to the managers about if they think that including the contract is going to get that quote back up high. Or we can speak to developers about including something else that's going to get that rate up high again. Here's the slide that should have been in the beginning, like at slide number 4. Always send the sent letter. Put a post-it on your computer. Always send it. Just remember that. Okay. Always got to keep the clients returning. So we're quoting fast. That's good. We do good marketing. You can do all these things, but you have to get them coming back. So, make sure you're efficient. Make sure you answer other questions. Very important is make sure the translation is perfect. Make sure it's proofread. Make sure it's turned in. Make sure it's turned in on time. But make sure to keep our costs low. Make sure we quoted a good price. And always say something to remove buyer's remorse. I am including some videos on this. And in my recordings, I said some things about removing buyer's remorse, such as saying, oh, you made a great decision, or, oh, you're going to love working with us, or something like that. That'll be great. Here's some tips on removing buyer's remorse. Oh, well, here's reasons why we should remove buyer's remorse. The client will feel more comfortable. They'll feel like coming back. We'll get better reviews online, all these things. How to remove buyer's remorse. Here's some tactics. One little thing that I thought of is when they're talking, start saying, oh, wow, this is an excellent point. Or you had great ideas. And so that later on, when they're deciding to use us as a translation company, they feel like, oh, I made a great decision because this person told me I made great decisions. So it was a great decision to work with Day Translations. That is, that seems like it would work. It's just something I thought of. It's probably a thing, but I don't know. And read all these too. Trying to keep this presentation short. It's already 37 minutes, plus all the recordings I did. Oh my gosh. I just talk. Okay, watch the videos about removing buyer's remorse. Developers, read this, please. Oh, like I said, our product has to be good. I mean, if we actually have a good product, everyone's going to want to use our services. A good service product, same thing. Everyone's going to want to use our service if we're doing well. They're going to talk about us. They're not going to have any other choice. I mean, if you find a coffee you love, you're going to keep coming back to that coffee. You got to build brand loyalty. We have to build this, so we'll do that. Read all these slides. Read all these points in this slide. Listen to everything they do, everything they say and request. It's very important to continue growing. Everyone here is amazing, and all the new hires. I mean, we really put a lot of effort into our new hires, so to make sure you're good and smart, and we really believe in you. And I believe in you, and I have so much faith. And I love the fact that every time I make one of these presentations or make a recording, everyone listens to me, and I notice a change right away. It's amazing. I just love how responsive you are and how reactive you are to these changes. It's wonderful because being able to react and adapt to change is really important. Be natural. Do not be robotic. When you're speaking to a client, be informative and pose solutions to their problems. If their problem is they need interpreters, pose a solution for that. If their problem is their website is not translated, pose a solution for that. If their problem is they want to become an American citizen and they need their documents translated, pose a solution. Pose us, Day Translations, as a solution to all their problems. Day Translations is the solution. Okay? Don't be trying to push them and sell them because they might not like that as much. Okay? Never say no. Offer a solution for everything. If you ever find something that you might have to say no to, email the project managers. I mean, email the manager and email me. What slide am I on? Doesn't. Okay, there it is. In conclusion, okay, that's it. So I'm gonna finish. Um, in conclusion, I'm blessed and happy to be working with you all, doing what I love. You guys are smart and bright. I love work. I love working with people, and I love working with you all. And I wish that I could speak to you all more on a daily basis. Just remember, quote fast, be specific. Always call them after the quote. Offer an amazing service. Do the work perfect, the translations perfectly. Um, Remove the remorse. Let them know that they made a wonderful decision working with us. Be confident. Be passionate. And thank you for listening. I greatly appreciate it. If you have any questions, email me or contact me on Skype. And c'est fini.